for clicking on this video. It's your girl, Your Good Karma, and this is your one stop where we gonna talk about all the tea. You gonna drop down in the comments. We gonna discuss this thing. We talking about Real Housewives of Atlanta, season 15, episode 1. Now listen, when I saw that trailer and Kandi was like, "I'm about to headbutt this," girl, I thought we was gonna lead up to the headbutt. Okay, I didn't know the headbutt was gonna be episode 1. Was I the only one? Let's get into Sheree and Martell. First and foremost, let me just say, I don't know anything about Martell. So if y'all know something about him and his Huntsville, Alabama stuff, drop it in the comments and give me the tea because I have no idea who he is. From what Kandi, Kenya, and Mayetta is saying, baby, he's a womanizer, okay? He been around the block more than a few times. And can we all be honest about Sheree and her track record with men? She don't got a good one. You know, like Kandi said, you went from community service to community property, allegedly, okay? And here's my problem with Sheree and Martell in this scene, right? Sheree is sitting here saying how in her marriage, she was gonna give Bob a threesome. But girl, wasn't you trying to shade Kandi about having a threesome with Todd? Anybody remember that? Now, I can't lie. I think Sheree and Martell, they complement each other. They look good together. But again, I don't know anything about him. And like Sheree said, they just having fun. They just dating. It's not nothing really serious. She just enjoying herself. So I don't know if people putting too much stank on it yet. Now, the scene with Kandi, Kenya, and Mayetta. Kenya, baby, you're doing too much. Let me tell you something. There is no way a guy would DM me. I don't want him, right? We had nothing going on in the DMs. And we left it at that. And then they start talking to somebody I know, because let's be real, you and Sheree ain't friends like that, right? And I would go tell them, girl, he was in my DMs. That's some like slick side hater type stuff. Because if it was just a DM where like he tried to shoot a shot at you and you was like, nah, I'm good, or say you didn't read it, what is the point of bringing it up, right? That is like blocking somebody. Like if you don't want the dude, like it don't matter. Now here's where you have to tell the person if he was in your DMs or not. Now, let's not act like DMs can't go far, okay? Let's not act like people don't be in DMs for months at a time, talking, flirting, maybe sending pictures, maybe doing some other stuff in the DM, on FaceTime and DM. It is very normal to be in DMs with people and they don't have your number, and it went kind of far, right? But if it was just a message, no. But if it went kind of far, then yes, you want to tell them like, because at that point, it's more than just a DM. At that point, it's like, oh, you know, I used to talk to him. I just want to let you know, but it ain't nothing like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, you could say that. But if it was just a DM, Kenya, you're being Kenya and you're being messy. You're drudging a mess that don't need to be drudged up. So sticking with the scene with Kenya, Kandi, and Mayetta, and Kandi starts crying and she's talking about Todd. I was looking at the comments and somebody said, child, it's only episode 1 and Kandi already crying. Hold on. Don't come for my girl like that, okay? Because, hold on, first of all, this is a Kandi Burris Tucker Stan account, okay? And there is nothing wrong with Kandi crying. I am the same way. If I am super mad, I am going to cry. Like, it's just, I can't help it. It's just how my body is. Like, I cry when I'm sad, happy, it don't matter. Like, I am just a crier because I wear my emotions like a jacket, okay? And I think Kandi is the same way. I think that's a perfect way to describe her. She wears her emotions like a jacket. And being that she does that, like whatever she feels, you're going to be able to see. And a lot of times it's crying. And y'all, there's nothing wrong with crying. Y'all, one thing I'm going to always respect Kandi for is telling her truth and showing her truth. And, you know, being so vulnerable and actually crying. It's some of them girls that don't even want to cry on camera, baby. They'll go run from production and close the door. So I love that Kandi is able to show her true, authentic self on screen. Let's talk about this conversation Kandi is having about Todd and the whole her not spending enough time. So one thing I've been seeing people in the comments say like, oh, Kandi's always too busy for her family. And Marlo has said some stuff like that, but it's like, hold on. Kandi is a real celebrity. She's not just on RHOA. Kandi got jobs that she created herself. Kandi is a boss. Kandi is like a really big celebrity. And I feel like sometimes because Kandi is so humble, because she's so down to earth, because she just reminds you of your homegirl, she just had that homegirl vibe. She don't have that celebrity vibe to her. Like some people, you know, they just exude celebrity. Kandi just always kept it cute. Like she's just your regular round-the-way girl when she's not that at all, right? Kandi Burris is, listen, Miss Legendary Burris is who we're talking about. And when you look at her, you know she's legendary, but she don't give that. She tries to be relatable and down to earth. And I love that about Kandi, but I feel like because of that, so many people try her. And I don't like that. However, I would think that at this point in her life, her family and especially her husband would understand the type of celebrity that she is, and that she's just not going to have that time that y'all think she's going to have, because she has that demeanor of homegirl and everything. She's still legendary Burris, you know? Now, for the kids portion, I can't say anything about the kids because they're kids, they want their mama. But here's where I will also understand where Todd is coming from, right? I think maybe Todd is coming from a place of where all these years that they've been together, he has done his part for Kandi. He's done the compromising. He's done the staying home with the kids. He's done moving around his schedule. He's done stopping his projects to boost Kandi and support her. And now it's time for him to do the things that he wants to do, because he still has goals and aspirations and stuff like that. The problem is that Kandi has become such a big star. Her star power is crazy, okay? That Kandi can't stop. She can't sacrifice the way that Todd thinks that she should, right? But to Kandi's point, you can't antagonize your partner when y'all have something going on, when there's an elephant in the room. So if I'm mad at you and you mad at me about something, you can't create a situation and say, oh, see, there you go. That's how you do. That's not fair. So him first telling her that he couldn't move the meeting, and then when the meeting's happening, the meeting's moved, and now it seems like Kandi's the problem. No, Todd, you can't do that. I definitely agree with Kandi 110%. Do not antagonize her in that way. However, Kandi, if you need to compromise some stuff, baby, you just got to compromise some stuff. I want you to get that EGOT. You gonna get it. You are gonna get it. But at this point, Kandi, you have to find a healthy balance. I don't know where that lies for you, because your star power is just so huge. I don't know how that goes. And I understand that celebrities are not full-time parents, right? Like, celebrities are not full-time parents. Sidebar. I recently watched an interview with Zonique, who is Tiny's daughter, and she was saying how Tiny didn't raise her at all, how Tiny was always gone, and she already didn't have her dad, but she also wanted her mom, and how much it affected her. Now listen, that put it into perspective for me, because who would ever know that, you know, Tiny wasn't in their life, in her children's lives like that the grandparents raised them. I definitely didn't know. But listen, their celebrity life is something else, right? They're celebrities, guys. They're not full-time parents. And so here's the question that I would honestly want to ask Kandi. Knowing that you're this celebrity, right? And that you want your star power to be bigger and better. You want to be booked and busy. That is what you wanted to do. I would ask Kandi, why have any more kids after Ace? And I say after Ace because of this. She married Todd and she wanted a baby with Todd, a family. That is totally normal, right? But you had these problems during, you know, when Ace was little as well, right? You had problems being so busy. Why have another child? And then there was also a scene, I forget what show was from, where, you know, y'all were sitting at the table and you were talking about even using more of your eggs. You didn't want them to go to waste. And Riley was like, y'all don't need no more kids. And my thing is, as a celebrity and going through what you're going through, already being so busy, my question would be, why have more children? Not saying that you can't, but I would honestly want to ask Kandi that question, or any celebrity for that matter. When you are that big, right, and you know that you can't give the time and nurturing to that child, why have multiple children that you couldn't be there for? Also, not saying there's anything wrong with it, but I just want to know the psyche behind it, right? Of course, you deserve a family and all those things, but it's just like, yeah, that's just a question I have. So, Marlo. Honey, I'm like King said in the interview, we do not talk about Marlo. No, for real. I am not a Marlo fan, guys. I think Marlo is one of the worst things to happen to RHOA. Marlo is disrespectful. She goes way too low. And her reasoning behind the way she goes low is tired and old. I was a foster kid. I was abandoned. So it's just how I am. Like, girl, you are too old for that. It's time to really hone in on why you think doing that is okay. Like, I just don't think Marlo should have got a peach. I don't see what she brings to the show other than drama and disrespect and maybe some looks and labels, as she said. But Marlo had just said some horrible things to these women. And honey, we don't talk about Marlo. So let's get to the headbutting scene, okay? So Sonya and her husband's party, I thought everybody was dressed beautifully. I thought it was nice. And then Kandi with the shades on my day and a Kandi Bird's party. Kandi, of course, girl, you got all that money. Of course they party ain't messing with you, honey. However, I thought everybody's looks were awesome. Stopping on looks real quick. Kandi, this wig look that you, this afro look that you got when you doing the green screen interview recap of the show, baby, I don't like it. Who told you to put the afro on? That is not cute. But hopping back to the party, I really loved Kenya's look. I think Kenya and Kandi's looks were my favorite. I love Kandi's headpiece, Kenya's headpiece. I thought they were super cute. Now, Courtney, girl, let me get you together. If wanting to have a moment and clout chase was a person, girl, Courtney, just change your name to Clout Chase. You don't need to be Courtney no more. Kandi read you for what it was. Because you don't know Kandi, Kandi don't know you. You're trying to infiltrate their space. Of course they're going to ask people, hey, do you know her? What's up with her? They're vetting you, boo. It's how it's supposed to go, not only on Real Housewives of Atlanta, but when you're a celebrity and of their stature, period. You're supposed to vet people. There was nothing wrong with Kandi asking somebody, hey, do you know her? But child, you let Sheree put that battery in your back because she feels some way about Kandi spoofs. Baby, Kandi spoofs were funny. They were funny, and Sheree is really dragging it, okay? Please. So with you letting Sheree put that battery in your back, you came at Kandi all kind of messed up. And I feel Kandi 110%. And then when Sonya tried to reel you in and get you together, like, hey, you was already feeling some kind of way and it's showing, so you need to dial it back. And you was like, oh, I can apologize and say nice things about her. And then you turned it up again for no reason. Girl, you look a fool and a mess because somebody don't know you and they ask somebody, do they know you and about you? Like, girl, that is a normal thing that everybody in this world has had asked about them. And just the way you were bucking at Kandi so bad, girl, it did not call for that. You were bucking at Kandi like she was taking your man, like she stole some money from you, like she put you in a bad contract or something. Girl, you was bucking at her way too hard. I'm with Kandi. I'm about to headbutt this bitch because you were just out of line. And see, it's moments like that in the show that I kind of don't like. Them forced drama and storylines. It's just like, girl, you did all that to clout chase, to have a moment on the show, and you look a mess. And then we get to the part where Kenya is telling Sheree about the DM. Child, again, I don't agree with that. You had no business telling Sheree about that DM. Also, Mangetta, you had no business telling Sheree at the party about her man. It was a mess, okay? But listen, it's TV. It is what it is. And one thing Kenya Moore is going to do is have a moment. Even when it don't got nothing to do with her. She's going to have a moment. We know that about Kenya, okay? It's kind of why we've come to love Kenya, all right? She's a fan favorite. We get it, but Kenya, that just was not the moment. And child, the way Sheree called him over, I am already ready for episode 2 because I know it's going to be a hot mess. And noticeably missing this episode was Drew. Drew was not really in this episode. They said she had like a family emergency, but her husband was. And we know that Drew and her husband have filed for divorce. So I am interested to see how this season progresses and kind of what happens in their marriage because, baby, that husband is something else. So let me know how y'all liked the first episode of RHOA 15. I enjoyed it. I didn't think the head button was going to be episode 1. But here's some new news, okay? Let's do some new news. Once again, this is a Kandi Burris Tucker Stan account, okay? Get that through your head. Shout out to Kandi. Kandi wants to be an EGOT recipient. That's an Emmy, Grammy, Oscar, and Tony. She already has the Grammy. She was nominated, her and Todd, for a Tony. Shout out to y'all. That is awesome. And she was also nominated for an Emmy. She coming for that Oscar. I pray, Kandi, that you win. I wish you all the best, honey. Kandi, let me tell you something. You hot, baby. Everybody got to have drama with Kandi. Everybody got to have drama with Kandi. That's how they get their moments, okay? Speaking of moments, did y'all see that interview that Marlo and Sheree did talking about they tired of Kandi not showing her life and it's time for her to get called out? Baby, since when Kandi wasn't authentic about showing her life? Kandi has always shown things happening in her life. Really? Kandi has always been authentic. Kandi tell you she did threesomes, baby. Her mama drama with her husband, her old relationship with her her partner was unalive. Like, Kandi has always given you the real raw about her life. Y'all are reaching so bad. And for Marlo and Sheree to link up, baby, you know you hot when when people got to link up to try to take you down. Girl, please. And in more news, Kim Zolciak and Kroy are getting a divorce. One thing I want to say about the housewives, baby, nobody could stay married. It's kind of alarming. And I think that's just the nature of relationships, period. People are just not staying together, baby. Kim said once Kroy money dried up, so did she. So did her love for him. Okay. She was out of there. I honestly, she has 4 children by this man. Hopefully their split is amicable. Maybe their relationship just ran its course. He was considerably younger. He was only 27 when he met Kim. Of course, at 35, he's going to feel different. His money situation is even different. And so when finances change, baby, the love in a relationship changed. Kim and Kroy owe the IRS over $1 million. They owe the state of Georgia. They're in foreclosure. And I mean, it's just sad. From Kim saying on that one reunion that she made $15 million from her cosmetics, baby, go on and pay them folks, girl, because, woof. And Kroy, honey, y'all check on Kroy. Y'all don't be so mean to Kroy. Kroy got 4 kids with Kim, and he adopted the children that she had outside of him, and they have his last name. Kroy was all in. Baby, now he got to be all out, but he just can't be all out because now he got, 6 children? Child, poor Kroy. What do y'all really think happened with Kim Zolciak's marriage? Listen, all I can see is Kim sitting on that reunion saying, yeah, y'all want my life. Y'all want my life. I'm paid, I'm rich, I'm paid, I'm rich. And this is what happens. Child, you got to watch what you say and just live in your truth. Just live in your truth, honey. So that's been my real cap of RHOA season 15 and other news that has been happening with that franchise and the people that's been a part of it. What are some things that you're ready to see this season? Listen, I really don't know. I just want everybody to back up off Kandi, okay? Back up off her, okay? This whole Sheree and Martell thing, we're going to see how that pans out. But yeah, I'm just ready to see everything that happens. I'm ready for Drew to come in. Drew didn't really have no initial, introduction, so I'm ready for her to come in. Listen, thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate you being here. Make sure you drop down in the comments. Let's discuss this episode, and I will see y'all next Monday. Peace.